What is going on, YouTubers? I am Brandon with One Up Gaming, and today we have an awesome video coming from Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Beta. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on the game, and at the very end of this video, we're going to discuss how you can get your hands on the pre-order, get your own copy of the Black Ops 4 Beta, which returns this weekend, and after this weekend we won't see it till October 12th. So let's get into it. Overall thoughts so far is that I think it's a good game. I think they're really trying their hardest to improve every time they do it. And this time around, we've got quite a few things we want to talk about. The first thing is, let's talk about the body armor. This game has body armor, and I think it's a great concept, but the problem is every time you do this, you have to deal with weapons and how they're going to penetrate the armor. And unfortunately, so far, we've seen in the beta that the guns some guns can penetrate the armor and some can't. So some come with the armor piercing bullets and some don't. And for me, that's kind of a problem. Because if I'm running around and we're in this high intensity game that Treyarch and Activision always put out, which is a great concept, I love it, is I want to be able to snap on and fire and kill them right away. That's the name of the game, clearly. Let's talk about loading. The loading times need to kind of reduce too. I know we're dealing with a lot of memory going on, a lot of loading. We need to figure out how to condense that down. I've seen that a lot in the past games too. And don't get me wrong, I know it's nitpicking, but again, this is just kind of my overall reaction as to what I saw in the beta that I personally think they should change. And maybe you think the same way, maybe you don't. So one of the other things we had an issue with was my wife and I both like to play this game together, and they don't offer split screen in the beta. Now, I know they didn't do that with World War II as well. So hopefully in the actual game that comes out in October, that they will allow the split screen. I'm sure they will. Like I said, they've done it before. One of the other things that kind of tripped me up a little bit was you can only be one specialist in a game on a team. So if I'm Nomad, nobody else on the team can be Nomad. Or if I'm Seraph or Ruin, nobody else can be those characters on the team. So if you're building up a character, it kind of causes problems. So that's one thing I think they could really change. The self-healing system, I think, is a great concept. If you don't know where I'm going with this, you probably saw me do it earlier on in the video. But what it is it allows you to self-heal because the game itself no longer heals you. That's right. So for all you Rambo fans out there, and you don't want to use it, there's other options too for the button for self-healing. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to check those out, but it does not self-heal anymore. So you've got to do it yourself. And it's all right. It's okay. I actually personally like it. I like being able to get into a battle, get hurt, duck down, heal myself, get back up, and right back in the fight. Sorry, I've taken notes, so I'm trying to make sure I do this video right for you guys. So if I look down occasionally, it's just because I took notes and I want to make sure that I get you guys the honesty that I can from the gameplay I give you. So getting into, let's see. Oh, yeah, let's get into this. Boots on the ground versus jetpacks. Okay, so we've heard so many people argue about some people like the boots on the ground, some people like the jetpacks. Excuse me, my apologies. I personally have no preference, to be honest with you. I think it's refreshing to get one versus the other every once in a while. So I personally like World War II. I think it's still a good game. I like playing it. I think Sledgehammer did a really good job. I think they really came back and redeemed themselves. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties with the camera. As I was saying, I think that Sledgehammer completely redeemed themselves going from Call of Duty Ghosts to World War II. And I really think that it's a good game still. But there are some people that don't like it because they don't like the fact that it is boots on the ground, but they're going to be also the same people then I guess that aren't going to like the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta. Or Call of Duty Black Ops 4 because it's also going to be there as well. I don't know. Like I said, it's refreshing to get both sides of it. I think that jetpacks are cool to be wall running and to be able to jump pretty high. That's kind of cool. But I also think it's refreshing to have boots on the ground. With that said, I think that people are going to like this game and enjoy this game. I think we got a lot of haters right now based off of the fact that we took a huge turn with World War II. But like I've said earlier, you're dealing with Sledgehammer, who did World War II, and you're dealing with Activision and Treyarch, who are doing Black Ops 4. And you have two different companies with two different visions. And so you're going to have people, it's almost like Coke and Pepsi. Both are good pops, but you're going to have one that goes for Coke and one that goes for Pepsi. And they're not necessarily going to like the other one. Me personally, I just like a good game. I'm just like, hey, as long as you give me a good game, good gameplay, hey, I'm cool with it. I can respect it. So with that said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification for upcoming videos that I will have in the future. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you'd like to get your hands on a copy of, or a pre-order copy of the game, that will also allow you to have the beta, which is coming out this weekend. This weekend being, what is it, the 10th? The 10th through 13th. That 13th, the morning. Usually it ends at like 6 in the morning. But from the 10th to the 13th, we can still play the beta. In fact, we're getting new maps from last week to this week. We're getting new maps. So you still have time to get the beta. In the link in the description below is to Amazon. As always, you know me, I like to give you guys some of the best links to Amazon to try to get you guys some of the best deals I can. So down there is a link to Amazon where you can pre-order the game, and when you pre-order the game, you get a code. That code will allow you to go onto the PSN or PlayStation Network, and when you go in there, you redeem it like you would a normal PlayStation card. You just redeem the code. When you do, it sends you straight to the game. It'll download it for you. It's that easy. Now, some people might have to go through a website to get their own code. I know some people had to do that. I had to actually do that as well, because even though I pre-ordered the game, I went through Xfinity. You can go through Xfinity as well if you are a Comcast member. You can actually go through the website and actually get it as well for free. But if you want to pre-order it, you can check out the link in the description. I encourage you to pre-order it like I said I did. It's going to be a great game. I just can feel it. I know it's going to be a good game. A lot of people say this is the end for Black Ops, or excuse me, for Call of Duty. I don't buy that at all. I think it has come down a little bit since the big hype, but you know what? It's still a great game and it's still kicking. So with that said, again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on the front lines on Friday, hopefully. And gamers, as always, you know what I do. I encourage you to game on. I'll see you in the next video, guys.